Welcome to the Living Inside Out podcast, and I am so excited with my new guest because he is the youngest guest I've had, and he is one of the first guys I've had as well on the show. Can't wait to hear Aaron's story. Welcome to the show, Aaron Omo-Adesanya.
Yes. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You are most welcome. Oh my goodness. So Aaron, the first question I always ask my guests is, what were you like as a child? But you're still so young. But still, what were you like as a child?
As a child, I think I was a pretty cool kid.
Okay.
I was fairly calm. I've got a twin brother, so like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of every second of my childhood was spent with my brother. So it was cool. It was dope. I had amazing parents, amazing family. I grew up in like an inner city of London, so obviously came, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But for the most of it, I was cool. Obviously, being a young boy, I was boisterous. I got into a bit of trouble, but for the most of it, I think I was pretty cool. I think I was pretty cool. Me, my mum, my brother, and my pops, we all got similar personalities. So we all cool. We all got along. We're all like naturally calm people, but we do have our moments, all of us, where we're a bit much. But no, for the most of it was cool, man.
That's fun.
Yeah.
What was it like? I mean, I wish I had a twin. What was it like having a twin? I mean, you don't know anything else anyway.
I don't know anything else, and I feel like having a twin, especially the type of twin that I have, is like, it's just God said. Like my brother is literally, we're basically polar opposites, but we're exactly the same. Yeah. So we contrast each other and we complement each other perfectly. Like, yeah. We're very different, but we're very much alike. And I feel like wherever I lack, he kind of thrive. And whenever he lack, I kind of thrive. And we just balance each other out.
That's true.
Again, having a brother is like, having a twin brother is like literally having a best friend. Now we argue, we have our ups and downs, but that's my twin. That's, you know what I'm saying, we're adding for each other.
So envious.
And yeah, man, no, it's the greatest. I can't lie. It's perfect. I love it.
Oh yeah. So what did you want to be when you were younger?
When I was younger, I remember when I was younger, for some reason I was in counselling in school, and they told us, the woman told me to write something or draw something or something I wanted to do when I'm older. I remember I drew a studio, or what I thought was a studio, and a nightclub for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah. That I remember showing my mum. And then, so from young, I always knew I wanted to be in the entertainment industry, specifically the music industry. And I feel like I always knew I wanted to be on the business side of things. Yeah. I always knew I wanted to be in the business side of entertainment. I don't know why, to be fair.
Okay.
But I always thought that's where I'll naturally thrive, because I'm very charismatic. I'm a people's person, but I'm also very, especially because the household that I come from, I'm very smart, very logical. I make sure everything makes sense. So I feel like with the two, I just thought, I want to be, and even on TV, just looking at it on TV, it just kind of looks fun. So I was saying, you know what I'm saying, why not? But yeah, no, that's definitely something I always wanted to be or do. When I was younger, I didn't know exactly what role I wanted to play or where I felt like I can fit in. But music industry, business side of music industry, that was what I wanted.
So what was your path then? How did you then go from, you finished school, and then what did you study? What did you do? Yeah. And at what point did you really start making music?
So when I was younger, it all started with Biggie Smalls. So my dad put me onto Biggie Smalls, and then from young, I really resonated with him because I felt like when I was younger, I was obviously very dark skinned. I was very chubby. So
So that you remind
famous. So back then, girls didn't like that. But obviously, when I'm listening to Biggie, he's embracing that. So that, for some reason, as a young kid, I really clung on to that. And I said, no, if Biggie can do it, if Biggie's cool, I'm cool. Work can't tell me nothing. So that was kind of like my defense mechanism. So I started rapping. I wanted to be a rapper for a bit, but I just didn't really.
Yes. So you
I'm cold. Auntie, I'm cold. But yeah, I started off rapping, and then when I left secondary school, it was like, okay, cool. Everybody's picking what they want to do. And I wanted to do music in secondary school, but I couldn't because of my behavior. Rightfully, like I think that was the right decision. But when I left secondary school and I had to pick what I'm doing for college, I was looking at everything. I was just like, I can't do this. This is all long. Then my mum, she just kind of sat me down and she said, listen, you're doing something. Like you know what I'm saying? And in a sense, that's kind of like the Nigerian culture. Like we don't do nothing. Like do something. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be good at what you do. So my mom said, listen, pick something that you know you're going to stick to, and that's what you're going to do. And I said, Mom, if I'm going to go to college, like let me study music technology.
Okay.
So first I went to a different college. It didn't work out for me there. So I said, Mom, like, and then they called my mom and said, yo, Aaron hasn't been coming in for a while. So my mom kind of stuck it on me, like, what do you mean? Like, what's all this? And I said, if I'm going to go to college, let me study music tech. So I studied music tech at my first college. And then, that year I said, yep.
This is definitely what I want to do.
This is me, 100. This is definitely what I want to do. Not necessarily the music tech, but this world, this industry. Yeah. And then from then I went on to a different music college, which was like, it's called East London Arts and Music.
Oh, I know Elam, is it?
Elam. So that school was a game changer. Yeah, that school was a game changer. That taught me everything and like anything I wanted to know. I learned how to play bass. I learned how to play keys.
Oh,
I was performing. I learned a bit of DJing. Like music songwriting. Like music industry, like music business type of stuff. And then one of my teachers from there, he went to the School of Audio Engineering, and he was like a wizard. I remember looking at him thinking, if I had that skill set, I'd be a millionaire in 60 seconds. I'd be a millionaire. I just remember looking at him thinking, no, this guy's crazy. So when I left Elam, self-doubt started to kick in because my brother's going to uni to do computer science. Like I'm comparing myself to people I shouldn't be comparing myself to. So I said, and I think subconsciously a part of me is missing my brother because my brother's in uni. So I'm like, cool, I want to go to a uni near him or at least the same uni. So I went to Coventry for a bit.
Where did your brother go? Was it Coventry?
Warwick.
Okay.
Yeah, he went Warwick. So he was about 20-minute drive from.
Oh, okay.
So I remember, and then the same thing that happened to me in college basically happened to me in uni. It just wasn't working out. So I remember one day I just called my mom and I said, bear in mind, I applied to go to School of Water Engineering.
Okay.
But I just turned it down because I wanted to be with my brother. But then they gave me a scholarship to go there and I still turned it down. So I remember just calling my mom one day and then just saying, yeah, it isn't working out for me. Like, I'm going to come back home. How do you feel about that? And she was just like, Aaron, please get back here now. Like, she knew it wasn't going to work out. But my mom was the type of person, she's going to let you fail and let you figure it out for herself, because I think with her, she kind of learned that, like, raising boys, you can't be so
rigid.
Not rigid, but you can't be like, you can't be with them too much. You got to make them fail.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I understand what you mean. That's true.
Yeah, she figured it out.
Because it happens, you guys are.
Yeah, and I think she was aware to say, okay, cool. They're not, you know what I'm saying, speaking to their pops as much as they should be. So I got to kind of make sure I'm doing things a certain way. And it was just, we were just learning really. So, So I came back to London, went to SAE, School of Audio Engineering.
Okay.
Then halfway through that, I felt like I had the skills to engineer and record people. So I just said, cool. My student finance money, I was saving some of it and I was using a little bit for studio time. So I'll just put on my Snapchat, on my Instagram, who wants free sessions? And I was using these people to kind of like train myself. So by the time I finished uni, I was in a place where I had consistent people hitting me up. When it got to a point where I was like, nah, this is annoying. Everybody wants studio. That's when I said, okay, cool, let me put a price on it. I put a price on it, and then I'm doing it. I'm networking. I'm meeting a lot of people. Then within a year, I was able to open my studio.
Wow.
So yeah, that's more or less the journey. And now I'm 2 years in.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm loving it.
That is incredible.
Yeah. So,
what are some of the lessons that you learned? So we'll talk about the studio in a bit, but what are some of the lessons you learned on that journey from, having to go to different schools and, going into college, deciding you don't want it, audio engineering and all of that. what lessons, if you could sum up maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 lessons that you learned in that season? Because the thing with lessons is a lot of times you don't learn them in the moment, but your focus is on survival because they're kind of suffering through the process, right? But then when you stand here 2 years later, then you look back like, okay, now what do I know now that I didn't know then?
First one, definitely comparison is the thief of joy. That's definitely
That's so
the thing that I've
powerful.
learned.
Yeah.
Because especially being a twin, it's so easy to compare yourself. Um,
Do you feel that your brother also does the same?
nah. And that's where we balance each other out. Because I'll be comparing myself to my brother, and my brother will be like, yo, don't compare yourself to me. You're a bad boy in your own situation. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
And then my brother might come to me and be like, oh, like, he might say something. I have to remind him, yo, like, remember these dons. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you balance each other out.
Interesting.
But yeah, comparison is definitely the thief of joy. Like, you're on your own journey, and like the things that I want to do in my own life, I haven't seen. So I can't compare myself to, you know what I'm saying? There's aspects of people that I compare, and I'm like, yeah, I like this in this person, this and that person. But as a whole, I'm my own individual on my own journey, so I compare.
That's such good advice.
Yeah. Another thing that I've learned will be a network, because I went the academic route into music. A lot of the people that I studied with have now gone on to do amazing things, and the respect and the relationship that I've had from young, just, you know what I'm saying? That there's a lot of people that when I met in whether it be school, college, like, although they might not have been like valuable to me in the time, I still show them respect. And that's paying me till today. I'm benefiting from these relationships till today. So yeah, network is very important. And another thing is just don't give up, because there's so many times where on this journey I was thinking music, even though I'm still young, I'm thinking music is a young man's
Right.
something. I'm getting older, I'm saying something. I'm on
Are you're only what, 20,
20, 25, yeah, 24, 25 this year.
25 this year?
So
Yeah.
yeah, I thought I was running out of time, but I learned that music industry is a young man's game, but it's old man's business. So then,
That's wise.
yeah. So that's when I realized that, yeah, don't ever give up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are the 3 main things.
Those are really powerful because I think everything you said is what people tend to struggle with. And the truth is, even both young people and older people as well, comparison. I find that platforms like Instagram and TikTok don't help when it comes to that comparison thing, because I had to literally unfollow a number of accounts, yeah, over the years. If I ever catch myself standing to control, I'm like, where I'm following you. You're not doing anything wrong. You're okay. But I don't like the way that I feel when I see your pictures or what have you. Yeah. And yeah, no, that's absolutely true. And then also relationships with people. That is so important.
Yeah.
Because in business, I always say that people don't do business with businesses. They do business with people. Yeah. So you've got to really build that relationship and nurture it over the years. And I love what he said, that the relationships you had all the way back then, you respected them, and now that they're doing amazing things, you kept that relationship going. Because a lot of people, and especially when you're young, you can't foresee the future.
Oh, he's right.
And there is this amazing sense of the certainty that we have when we're young. When I was young, I know I had it. My sons do, who are about your age as well, where you're like so certain of the future that you don't really take good care of the present. So you don't care too much about present relationships because you're looking ahead into the future and you think, oh, it's going to be fine. But really, building those relationships and nurturing them, nothing compares to it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think relationships, who you know, if not as important, slightly more important than how good you are at what you do. That's what I think, especially in my industry where I am. Who you know can do a lot for you. I know some people that like cold bass players, cold instrumentalists, cold producers, but because they're not confident and they're not going out there, they're not networking, no one will ever hear their music. Whereas I know other people, they're good, but they're not as good, but they're just fearless.
Right.
They're just fearless in what they do. and they're thriving.
And they go for it.
They go far. So that's even something I'm trying to adopt more into my own in what I do. Just be fearless and don't take no for an answer. And if someone says, oh, they don't like something that you've done, it doesn't mean they don't like you as a person. They just don't like what you've done. You know what I'm saying?
That's really good.
Yeah. So yeah.
I definitely, that's a lesson I've learned. You know, for some reason, I don't take rejection very well. My husband always says, you don't like being told no, do you? But I had to learn that, you know, it's not me that is being rejected. It's my idea.
Yeah.
Or the situation. It's not personal.
Yeah.
And there's another saying I love in business that says, it's not personal, it's business. And that's so true.
Yeah.
Still on relationships, not just with your potential partners in the future, but also building relationships with staff. You know, when you start having staff, it's so important to build, you know, really good and just even nurture nurture and build your emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
So that you can relate really well with them.
Yeah, I can
as well.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think that I have so many questions. Okay, so going back to dealing with self-doubt and, you know, and the lack of confidence, how did you deal with it? What was your thought process that helped you go from, you know, to I'm doing this?
First and foremost, your environment plays a massive role.
Okay.
Yeah, your environment plays a massive role. Again, referring back to like my mum and my brother, they always gave me the reassurance that you're something. You might not know what you are, but you're something. You're not nothing. So don't, you know what I'm saying? And another thing is I think I feel like if you lack confidence in something, you might need to self-reflect and ask yourself, okay, cool, have I put the work in? You know what I'm saying? So I've had to go back and ask myself, okay, cool, why do you lack confidence in this area?
Right.
If you spend X amount of hours a day honing this, whatever you're trying to do, are you still going to lack the same confidence? If the answer is no, then you need to work more. And if the answer is yes, then that lack of confidence you have is in turn, and you need to deal with whatever's going on inside of you. So, yeah, and then just understanding that you can't remain in your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? If you feel nervous doing things or feel a type of way, that might actually be a good thing. So yeah, coming to terms with that was also very like eye-opening and, you know, just finding comfort in discomfort.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I was reading a book and the guy said that he said confidence comes with experience. So you're saying exactly the same thing.
Literally.
And so when we feel a lack of confidence, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a sign that we don't have the experience or, like you said, the knowledge in something.
No, that's literally spot on. That's really spot on. And you can only get that experience by just going out there. And yeah, it's going to be hard. You might get embarrassed 1-2 times, but hey, you know what? That's just a part of it. Like, one thing that I fell in love with music was just the art of storytelling. So I look at everything whenever I'm going into something and I'm like, I'm not sure, I might embarrass myself, or yes, I even do something and I'm embarrassed but I completely flopped. I just look at it as, you know what? This is a story to tell. When I tell someone this story, whether they laugh, smile, get inspired, get motivated, whatever, it happens. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
So we're basically building your story as you go along.
yeah, man.
It's true.
Yeah, you're not gonna die. So, you know, just go out there, embarrass yourself once or twice. And now, I'll be real, I can embarrass myself and not really feel a way about it, just because I'm kind of used to it. And I know that if I do fail, it's and even a lot of times I might feel like I failed, but someone else is like, no, like, you know the thing. Like, you're not to. So yeah, man, just don't overthink this, you know what I'm saying? And this is for like a lot of the young people, like, you're still young, like, if you're gonna, I'd rather fail now while I'm not paying mortgage, or I ain't got kids, I ain't got all these things, rather than failing in my 30s and 40s and 50s. So if I'm gonna fail, I'd rather fail.
Yeah, just do it now. Fail quickly. And then you have you can recover quickly and then you can grow and you can move on.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's really good. What do you think some of today's young people, what do you think some of the challenges they're facing now? What does it look like? Because I feel that, and I've been saying this a lot lately, that we're in a very different season because, things are changing at a very rapid rate.
Yeah.
When I was younger, when I was your age, we were in the internet era, information superhighway. So then that was when internet, became a thing, and Google and AOL and all of that. So all of that was new. I even remember that we used to have dial-up internet. What dial-up? Yep.
Intimate.
Yep. There was no broadband when it first started with computers. There was no broadband. So you'd have a British telecom line. BTU back then used to be the only supplier of phones, and we're not talking mobile phones.
Okay, the ones on the wall.
The ones on the wall. So you have a box with the landline and you plug your phone in. That's how you get but the same landline is also what the internet used. So we plug your internet cable into the same box, and it actually dials it sounded like a fax machine, like it's dialing. You can hear it, and then finally gets connected. And if someone calls while you're on the internet, it cuts it cuts off your internet. And then you now got to pick up the phone, and then you start dialing again. But it was so exciting for us back then. I remember playing games like Command and Conquer, Red Alert. I was a whiz at video games, not like the video games you guys.
I don't play video games.
But you don't even play video games, really? How come? You just never.
I've never I tried to be like but it's just not me.
It's just not you.
Can't do it.
Interesting. How about your brother? Does he play?
Yeah, my brother's a big game. Well, not a big gamer,
but
yeah, he plays. But I can't. Even I had my PS4 at the studio, unplugged it. I just don't like it. Nah, man. I think it's a little bit weird. I think it's a little bit weird.
That is interesting. Okay, so not everyone your age, not every guy your age plays video games.
I think every guy my age, but I think even older me. I think I'm the only one. Yeah, like I don't think it's normal that I don't play video games. I think I'm a little weird, but it's just I just can't.
You just you do. How about sports? Do you like sports?
Yeah, I watch basketball. I watch football, but I only recently started watching football.
Right. Okay.
I started watching football probably like while I was 24.
Oh, so very recently.
Very recent.
So do you have a club that you support?
Yeah, well, obviously my family grew up supporting Arsenal.
Oh,
so even before I started watching football,
you were like, okay,
yeah, it's Arsenal. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like things have really changed, and a lot. So then we have the internet and everything, and then now we have AI. I just feel like from the pandemic to now, there's just been such a rapid change in the world.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was saying to your mom even this morning that it feels like the world is I feel like our expectations are in suspension. Normally you expect something to happen and there is a thing that's going to happen, but now we expect something to happen and we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like we just know that things are changing. We know that more is coming. But we don't know what the more is. We don't know what the future is going to look like. And then looking at the job market here in the UK, and a lot of people say even in the US, in Nigeria, in many places for young people, many young people have graduated from school and can't get jobs. And it's concerning.
I can imagine. I've seen that.
You're saying that with your friends. Because when we were younger, there was a recipe. You go to university, you come out, you get a job. It was clear that was how things were going to happen. And for many of us, that's exactly how it happened. Except you didn't want to do it that way, you were guaranteed. But now your generation is the TikTok generation. You make money online. You make millions online from home. There are people making money from gaming at home.
Yeah.
You guys have more of an entrepreneurial mindset than we did. We were all about getting a job in the city or in some profession. You have more of an entrepreneurial mindset, more of your entrepreneurs. The world is in a rapidly changing place. And I feel like young people feel like they're floating. Does that make sense?
Sure. 100%.
So what advice would you give to someone your age who is in this space of uncertainty?
I'll say before you kind of know what you want to do, you got to figure out who you are as a person. I say first and foremost, figure out who you are as a person, man. Like, don't rush it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I feel like once you figure out who you are as a person, that's when you can figure out, okay, cool. How do I want to help people? How do I want to entertain people? How do I want to teach people? That you can kind of go from there. But because there's so much things going on and there's so many different ways to make money and there's so many different opportunities, it's very easy to get distracted. So I'll say just kind of like stay tunnel vision and have a goal and just kind of stick to it. And it might change. Even like the goals that I wrote at the beginning of the year, we're in end of February. Yeah. My goals are already changed. So it's fine if your goals change, but just kind of like if you have a rough idea, once you figure yourself out, and also at a certain age, you don't even know who you are.
Which is true.
You know what I'm saying? So even like give yourself some grace. Wow. But just stay active, stay open to different things, explore. If you have the resources to travel, do so. And yeah, don't put too much pressure on yourself. But yeah, like if you're like a hardworking individual and you know that success is in your future, is in a listen, it will come. It will come. But just stay patient, stay hard work. Yeah. Just figure everyone's journey is gonna be different. I love that. You might not figure out what you want to do until 50 and at 51 become a millionaire.
That is also true.
You know what I'm saying? So just do that. You know what I'm saying? Just ride it out and be patient with yourself, give yourself grace. Yeah, then you'll be fine.
I like what you said about get to know yourself first.
Yeah,
because there are so many voices that are telling us who we are and who we should be. When I go on social media and I look in the comment section, someone posts something, and then in the comment section you have a multitude of people telling people what to think. Why would you say that? Why do you think, people feel like they have a right to tell people who to be. And because of, again, that whole aesthetics and appearance and making sure that people want to be accepted by the world. Because now, once upon a time, the only person that can come and talk to your face is someone who's physically in your space. But now online, anyone can talk to you. Yeah. Right? And so you have people telling you who to be. Yeah. And young people struggling to be accepted by strangers that they don't even know, they don't care about, but it's important to them that nobody shuts down or bim or.
See, I do not want to be accepted by everybody.
Yeah.
I frown upon that. I don't think you can. I remember I saw this quote. It said, be at peace with yourself at war with the world, or war with the world and peace with yourself. And yeah, like, I don't, nah. Yeah. I had no intention to be liked by everybody, accepted by everybody. Yeah, no. So I'm really on my own journey. Yes. And I think this also goes back to like my environment, like because I've come from such a loving household and all like close knit, I don't seek that validation from the outside because I got that within. So yeah, if you feel like you need to be accepted by everybody, then I definitely think that's something you kind of need to unpack internally.
Absolutely, I think so too. It's one of the worst things. But you mentioned because you came from a loving family, you haven't had that as a challenge.
Yeah.
But the people who have, for whatever reason, are still struggling with that today, and I really don't even know. And one of the ways I think that you can do that is really what you said, which is get to know yourself. Because when you get to know yourself and you fall in love with who you are and you accept who you are, then there is no room to accept what other people are saying about you, and there is no room for you for them to speak onto your life, to speak on you and tell you how to. So for someone who wants to get into the music industry, what advice would you give to them?
Chances are, if you want to get into music industry, chances are you know somebody that is already either in the music industry or also trying. I say first thing, go to that person, surround yourself with those type of people. And if you're trying to do what I done, like the production, engineering side of things, my method of doing things, I do whatever you want for free until it gets to a point where it's too much. So I'll say whatever you want to do, just kind of offer your services for free. If you make beats, give your beats out. Tell whoever using your beats is for free. Don't ask anything in return. Just build your network, build your portfolio, and then go out, go to shows, just do things. I'm this might be my Nigerian in me, but I'm all for academics.
Yes.
Because not only are you being taught things like in real time, you're around other people pursuing the same dream.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's probably the most valuable thing that I've got from going through the academic route is that I've got such a crazy network of musicians, producers, engineers, studio owners, managers, A&Rs, you know what I'm saying? So if you can go through the academic route, I'll definitely recommend it. But that's not to say if you go through the academic route, you will be a star. No, that is not the case. But it at least puts you in a room. It puts you with other like-minded people.
Right.
And that's it's extremely valuable. And yeah, just get out there, be fearless. You're gonna get rejected. You're gonna get knocked down. You're not gonna see no money for ages. But that's just a part of it. And yeah, you just gotta figure it out. And yeah, utilize social media, digital marketing. Your online presence is so important. Even that's something I'm trying to even work on. But your online presence is important. And if you're trying to do something, document it on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Just show people what you're doing, show people the ups and downs. And I think that's what we're really lacking. And I think that's where social media becomes toxic, because no one's really showing the downside of things. That's where my inspiration comes from. When I see someone successful and they're talking about all the downsides, that's what I get my inspiration. I don't care about how much money you made. I don't care about all the, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I want to know about when you wanted to give up. That's why I want to know. Been there.
Exactly.
So yeah, man, just go on social media, post whatever you're doing, like, and just be relentless. And even like look around, go on social media, see other people that are doing what you're doing, ask them, okay, cool, like, and yeah, just, and what I used to do is that whenever I meet people who I wanted to either learn from or mentor me, first thing I'll say is that, I've got a degree in audio production. Can I come and assist you? Can I help you? Can I do this? I don't want anything from you. Let me come and help you, because if I help you enough, eventually, even if not, you don't help me do anything, there's something I'm gonna learn.
Yeah.
Something I'm gonna pick
In
up.
the process,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And being in a room, and I've done that, and it's got me in crazy rooms, and those rooms I've learned some stuff, and good and bad. There's people on Instagram who before, like, I used to write about them for my uni work.
Oh.
And then when I met them, it was like, wow, some people I met were like excellent. Some people I met was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just be relentless, and don't go places like with your hand out asking for stuff, because nobody likes.
Good idea.
You know what I'm saying? Just go and give. You give to the universe, you will receive. Just go and give, and that's what I done. I was going around when I was in uni. I think I was doing 3 sessions for about maybe just under a year.
Really?
Like, just like paying for studio time, just telling people to pull up.
Wow.
Some people, even though they got a free studio, an engineer that's studying it in uni, some people still won't pull up. They'll tell me, yeah, I'm coming, and
And then they don't.
they just won't. Be on the phone to mum, you're not gonna believe it, man. This guy, bro.
And you pay for the
And I
studio
paid for it.
time.
So now I'm just in there, just chilling, just making beats, just doing whatever. And then my mum will be like, yeah, you're gonna go again. And more people might not pull up, and you're gonna keep going.
Right.
But yes, I was doing that for ages, and yeah, then now look, I've got my own studio. I've got like, for the studio that I have, for that to be someone's first studio, if you're in the like the music thing, you know that what I got is a bad boy thing for a first studio.
Well,
And I couldn't have even imagined it prior.
just a few years ago, yeah.
Because I was putting that energy out. I was putting that energy out.
And see what you got out. I think that's really, really important, the point you made about giving, because, and also it's knowing that the place in which you give is not necessarily where you receive from. So you gave and gave to all these people, but then it's coming back to you. in a different form.
In more.
Wow.
More.
Even more.
Yeah, more.
That's really cool. So what's a day in your life like?
I
know it changes from one to the
changes,
next.
but I try to go to the gym. I go to the studio. I try to do it. I take some days off.
Okay.
Before I wasn't, but now I am, and it's helped a lot. But yeah, if I could go to the gym, go studio, work on a mix and master, record. Now I'll say I'm probably doing about. Last night I was in the studio. I was working on 3 mix and masters at the same time.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
So you spend most of your time in the studio?
yeah, definitely. But yeah, just mix and mastering, recording, a bit of production. I'm also teaching myself how to DJ. And the gym is kind of like, you know, to level up my mind, and yeah, just send me, and then the studio, I'll just go there and work. And yeah, I've got like, sometimes I complain to like my mom or brother, like I'm so busy at home, but also I'm so grateful. Like I've always got something to do. I've always got,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I've always, like, even now I'm gonna go studio. When I go home, I'll go gym and go studio and just crack on with some work. But yeah, man, just gym and studio and work.
It's a real blessing, you know, to be able to do what you do. And I think gratitude, and you really show that you know that you're blessed.
Yeah.
And you're grateful for where you stand.
Life for road. Not too long ago, I was on the phone to my friend, and like I was a bit frustrated, and she asked me, what's wrong? And I was just like, the Wi-Fi in my studio is down again. Like, it's frustrating. And then after, she was just like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. And I was like, what's up with you? How's your day been? And she was like, nah, it's just work, like blah, 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 blah. And I was like, if the only thing I can complain about is not having Wi-Fi in my old studio that I'm ready for it, hey, that's an extra problem.
Your studio.
I said, I'll take that. I'll take that, because what you were saying, I don't want those problems. Working, you know what I'm saying, where we should work and do every single day.
Yes.
I said, no, this is my problem. I'm happy.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm blessed.
It always helps to globalize what you're going through and see things from a wider perspective. Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, I'm absolutely fine.
I'm more than fine. More than fine. I'm complaining about work. I'm complaining that there's people that are fighting to have
what you had.
I'm complaining about it. It's crazy.
Sure. That's amazing.
Crazy. But yeah, man.
Oh wow.
I'm truly blessed.
So where can people find you?
Instagram, AOB Music, and TikTok, Twitter, AOB Music _. AOBstudios.com if you want to book any sessions.
And your studios, where's your studio located?
East London in Ilford.
In Ilford.
Yeah, Ilford. So yeah, but if you need any recording, mixing and mastering, hit me up. You can work. I do same day bookings. So yeah, man. Anyone trying to work, let's get busy. Let's get to work.
Amazing. This has been great. It's been an awesome conversation.
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
I did as well. So thank you, Aaron. Awesome. What did you think?
No, that was good. I liked it. Not good there. I got to talk about everything I want to talk about.
Oh, food.
And I feel like someone else watching, I just hope that, because even the other day I was on my phone to my friend, and she was just like, she wants to take the leap into doing hair, like full time. And I was trying to tell her, like, do it.
Just go ahead.
Just do it. Like, at the very worst, you're gonna flop, and try, like, just try again. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And if I can just, you know, motivate people to just take that leap, and you know what I'm saying, you might do it and figure out, okay, cool, you know what, this isn't for me.
Yeah, but at least do it.
At least do it. You haven't lost anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But yeah, I just want, and because I feel so blessed and so lucky that I have to give some out, I have to say something. I don't want to hold it all to myself. Yeah, man. That's God has blessed me.
Yeah.
Bless others. That's why.
Well, you got such a good heart, Aaron. Honestly, you do.